no retouch or very few parameter changes at product changeover. Yeah, reduce the risk of product loss or damages by crashing into the object directly. So you can get more information from www.sig.com/3D belt pick. So kindly help me with the next poll where we will prepare for a live demo for you.
10点半哈。说我上一个。哎，Chris 啊，你要 play 到 video 一下。
等一下。
我以为他有问题啊，你有时间的哦。
我知道。我们用相似的方式，当然我们 adjust 上总监了，没关系，不用太多再一次。
Good day. Thank you for your time today to join us.
Hello, hello.
Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining with us today. My name is Rachel and I'm the marketing executive at Zig Singapore. Our live session is on the topic of robot belt picking solution. Our speaker today, Brian Koh, will be sharing with you the intuitive 3D image processing with integrated data, allowing 3D localization for pick and place on the moving conveyor. We'll be doing a live demonstration. Please stay with us. So before we get started, we would like to encourage all of you to raise questions in the chat found on the control panel. And towards the end of the session, we will open the time for Q&A. So feel free to join to just leave question along the way. Now, without further ado, I will pass the time over to Brian.
Good day. Thank you for your time today to join us in our product introduction. So today we'll be introducing you 3D belt pick with UR robot guidance, in 3 dimensions. So my name is Brian Koh. I'm the National Product Manager for GBC08, which comprise of measurement sensor, track and trace sensor. So the agenda today will be on 3D belt pick. So what is 3D belt pick? And 3D, how easy for us to have this 3D belt pick set up? 3D imaging principle, the working principle, the benefits of 3D imaging versus 2D. So there will be some summaries and takeaway at the end of the session. So overview, what is 3D belt pick? So it is an all-in-one position sensor that SICK is offering, yeah, for the position coordinate directly from our camera to your robot. So with UR interface, UR cap, it makes the setup much easier and simpler. So intended application, of course, will be picking object from a running or indexing conveyor. So based on 3D imaging, we have not only X, Y information, but additional Z information. That will be the height information of the object. So we thus have an easy to use web interface for setup and operation. So common command channel for control from PLC, expandable with custom make function by using plugin. So the process capability. So it have native support on communication for UR, ABB Pigmaster, and Strobe robots, and standard TCP/IP communication for interface, as this is commonly used in the market. Custom interface via plugin concept, where it can be developed locally at SICK sales office or even by customer themselves. So this will give you a lot of flexibility. And 3D image processing, object to peak management. Yeah, for 3D imaging, it have additional information such as height. So it is contrast dependent. You do not really have to worry much on the contrast. So we have 5 different height measurement mode. So the orientation of it can be in 180 or 360 degree representation. Pick point for non-symmetrical object. So you don't have to worry about your object. It doesn't really need to be in symmetrics. Singularization. So it can separate object if they are touching together with each other. You can separate it as a single object. And of course, gripper object collision detection. This is very important. You do not want the goods to be damaged by this collision. So measurement and inspection based on length, width, height, area, volume, or even parameters. So custom image processed via plugin concept, same thing. This can be developed by SICK sales office or by customer directly. So the setup is quite simple. So of course, on the first step, you have to mount, wire, and power up camera and robot, of course. So the next step will be define camera installation, parameters, your encoder setting, and camera versus belt position, and the field of view. So the communication setting, example, for select UR robots in this case. Install UR cap on robot controller, set the correct parameters, encoder, and strobe signals. Define the pickup zone and position. So once this is done, align camera and robot coordinate system. Just follow the simple 7-step wizard in UR cap. Scan and point on alignment. So target printed from 3D belt pick manual. So you can print out the calibration kit from manual and do a simple calibration. So next will be defining your job and setting in camera and robots. And it is almost ready to run. So I'll explain a bit on 3D imaging and the working principle. So on our transpector, it is using laser triangulation to give you the 3D information. So how does this work? A laser line is being projected on the object. A high profile will be created and captured by the camera at a certain angle. So based on this, we have the height information plus movement information collected from encoder pulse. So this will allow us to form a 3D images with all the information. So as you can see, one of the benefits for 3D images versus 2D image. So it is contrast independent. So you do not need to worry much on the contrast, as object is detected by height differences. Even in low contrast scenario, it can handle easily. So for those of you who have experience with 2D camera, you will need to have a good contrast in order to have a very stable application. So with this additional Z information, you do not need to worry too much on this. And of course, you do not need to also worry on stain on belt and also discoloration on belt after long run, and even stickers or debris on your belt. So 3D images will give you a more contrast information comparing to a 2D image. And even you do not need to worry about the different color. So same thing for those who have experience in 2D. Once you have many different variants of color, the contrast might be different. It makes your job more difficult. So by using 3D, you have additional information. You can have even the whole volume, and with the height information, it can give you a very robust application by using the height information, the Z information. So no retouch is really needed, or very few parameter change is needed. So as you can see for the picture, if you are having object with different height, by 2D camera, it is almost impossible for you to have the height information. Yeah. So with 3D imaging, you can directly have the height information. So this can prevent your gripper and even object collision. So your object will not be smashed by the gripper and reduce a lot of damage on your tooling. So object with natural variants, yeah, can be handled easily. Example like fruits, vegetable, fish, meat, yeah. So you can select where to pick based on three information, X, Y, and Z info, and even based on the volume. So of course, volume will be equal to weight. As you have a bigger volume, your object will be heavy. So it is adapting, it will enable you to adapt the picking process, yeah, speed and acceleration. So based on volume and weight, or even X, Y, Z dimension. So you can optimize speed at minimum risk of losing your object. So summary and takeaway. So 3D belt pick is an easy to use object localization sensors for belt pick application. Yeah. So it is well integrated in UR via UR cap, UR robot via UR cap. So it is color, contrast, and shape independent. You do not need to worry too much on the color of your item, contrast, and even the shape. Yeah. So 3D belt pick will bring a third dimension to your belt picking process. So with the additional Z information, that is the height information. Convenient, no retouch or very few parameter changes at product changeover. Yeah, reduce the risk of product loss or damages by crashing into the object directly. So you can get more information from www.sig.com/3D belt pick. So kindly help me with the next poll where we will prepare for a live demo for you.
Testing, test. Okay, so thank you, Brian, for the session. So right now I will run the poll. So while Brian maybe is doing the setup for the demonstration, please kindly help us with the polling that is on the screen right now, and then we will begin the live demonstration in a very short time from here. So Brian, I think you are ready for the demonstration.
Okay, thank.
Yeah.
So,
Hold on, hold on.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so
right.
yep. Sorry.
You can begin.
Okay, so on my hand, if you can see properly, I have 4 different bottle cap, 2 with the same design and 1 with a higher, which is higher in height. Yeah. So our demo on this 3D belt pick, how it can detect the height and pick it up correctly. So as this passes, the laser line is giving all the height information as you can see on the screen, and robot will know its coordinate. Yeah. So it picks and drop. So another demo that's coming in as well. So I'll place a third one. This is a higher one. So robot will know the height, the z-axis. So with the help of encoder, it is giving us the information of the speed. So the last cap. So this shows the advantages of 3D images. So on my next video, I'll show you another way of using a transpector on your robot itself. Yeah, it can be used in another way where robot can carry the transpector and provide you with the same information on the height information. So we'll go on to play the video. So that is the another example of transpector with your robot. Yes. So I think we will have our Q&A section. If you have any questions.
Okay, so okay, mic check. Is it okay? Okay. So if you have any question right now, you can also write it in the chat box. Our Brian will be here to answer the question. So please just raise question through the chat box. You all can just raise it and yeah. Okay, so Brian, there is a question here.
Okay.
The cobot and SIG sensor, if different equipment, right, or come together.
Sorry, can you repeat again? The cobots and SIG sensor.
If different equipment, right?
Yep.
Is different equipment, right, or
Mm.
come together?
It's different equipment, of
Yeah.
course. Cobot is from UR. Yeah. Sensor is from our side. So we have this 3D camera. So once we have UR cap for this case, the integration will be much easier and simpler. Very fast, you can set up your application.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, we have another question as well, Brian, that someone asked about, is it possible to do a site visit or like demo visit on their site or something like that?
Of course, it is possible to have your object and discuss on your application. As you can see, we already have a setup here in our office. So it'll be better also if we have your object and we can do a feasibility studies. So after that, we'll let you know how confident is your application. Yeah. So it should not have any problem to meet up and discuss your application, and it'll be good that if you can pass us your sample to do a test in our office itself, because everything is set up here.
Okay, but so there is another question here that asks, but is it possible to be, because understand that we are from the Singapore side, so how about other countries? Are they available?
Of course, in other country, we do not have this setup there yet for the time being. Yep. But for the near future, we might have planned to do that. So I think the fastest way is that you can contact our sales rep, yeah, and they will ask you all those necessary questions, like a questionnaire. So from there, we can pick up and do some study on your application, and also you can even send your sample to us, so we can do a test in-house with. So it is possible in this way, where we collect sample and other countries will send it to us. We do these feasibility studies for you.
Okay, the next question is also on like what is could it be possible to send the specs and the brochure available? I think this one I can answer that.
Okay.
At our booth, there is a few brochure that is related to 3D belt picking, and I think it will be good that you can just go to our booth afterwards, and we will also be there to talk to you on the chat if you have any further question from there. Our team is there to assist you as well. Okay, so any other question, y'all can continue to raise it on the chat if you have anything in mind. If not, you can also go to our booth and look at the things that is displayed there. And if you have any further question, y'all can also speak to any representative from the booth itself. Okay, so thank you, Brian, for the sharing.
Okay,
so if you wish to receive a copy of this live recording session or have further question, please direct it to marketing.gsg@sig.com, or you can also scan the QR code appear on the screen right now, which will take you to a survey page. Please leave your comment and give us your feedback. With the email address provided, we will also send you a copy of the live recording. So we will, once it's ready, we will send it to you. So thank you, everyone. We appreciate having all of you here today. We will leave the QR code image on for a few minutes, and we hope you enjoy your time, and we hope to see you again. We have the next session on Smart Factory demonstration coming up next at 11:30 a.m. So do join us. Thank you and have a good day.